Welcome to Diversity Awareness Training. America is one of the most diverse countries on the planet. It is considered the melting pot of the earth due to its mixture of nationalities, cultures, and ethnicities. And as the country has become more and more diverse over time, so has its workforce. Having an awareness of diverse groups of people is an important trait in the country's ever-expanding workforce. The growth in diversity has brought upon a need for workers with an openness and awareness to new ideas, cultures, and ways of thinking. In this training course, we will talk about what diversity means and the positive effects that it can have on a workplace. We will also discuss the things that workers can do to support and encourage diversity in their organization or place of work. This training module is intended for all employees working in every industry. Diversity is not unique to any one field, profession, or job title. It can be found in all positions across America, as many industries continue to grow and become more diverse year after year. Companies today benefit from hiring a wide-ranging group of workers with unique backgrounds and experiences. Because of this, every employee from the lowest position in a company all the way up to the CEO can benefit from diversity awareness training and education. However, please discuss the following information with your supervisor if you have any questions about the content of this training module. With an increased awareness of diversity, employees can better understand how to embrace and appreciate the uniqueness and individuality of coworkers. Employees who are adequately informed will be able to recognize the benefits that diversity brings to a work setting, as well as the things that they can do to foster a more inclusive and diverse workplace. By the end of this training session, you should be able to understand what diversity means and the dimensions that impact it. Recognize the importance of diversity in the workplace. Appreciate the ways in which diversity can benefit companies and employees. And identify ways in which workers can maintain and inspire a more diverse work environment. While the word diversity simply means a variety or mixture of things, the concept of diversity involves the acceptance and respect of different types of people or groups. Diversity is any characteristic that can be used to differentiate those people or groups from one another. It's about empowering individuals through respecting and appreciating what makes them different. A diverse group of people is one that is composed of different ages, races, faiths, and sexual orientations, among other things. Groups of people that feature unique perspectives, work experiences, lifestyles, and cultures coming together helps to build a diverse environment. One of the most common examples of a diverse environment today can be found in the workplace. Many industries are starting to look closer at the demographics that make up their companies and then work deliberately to diversify their workforce. With these jobs comes the need for groups of employees who show a good awareness of diversity. Each individual in a work setting brings different strengths and perspectives to the table based on their unique background. Having diversity awareness in the workplace is showing the willingness to understand and appreciate the backgrounds of your coworkers, as well as understanding yourself in relation to those coworkers. To gain a better understanding of diversity in your place of work, it is first important to understand the characteristics or dimensions that contribute to and impact the diversity of a group. While many people might focus on characteristics such as age, race, sex, or religion when talking about diversity, in reality, diversity can apply to any unique feature that makes someone who they are. To better understand these unique features, the dimensions of diversity can be broken down into two groups: primary dimensions of diversity and secondary dimensions of diversity. To understand why achieving diversity in the workplace is so important, we have to first look at the changing demographics of America, as our society is now more diverse than it has ever been. With this changing population comes the need for a change in workplace demographics as well. Businesses that employ workers from various dimensions of diversity can shape their company to better represent the members of society. This helps increase the variety and quality of thought and performance in their organization. Above all, a work staff that features a diverse group of ideas, talents, and backgrounds is one that will be deeply beneficial to both employers and employees. Embracing diversity has overwhelmingly proven to benefit both businesses and employees. Places of employment that value diversity open up significantly more opportunities for marginalized or minority workers. This benefits everyone as it increases job opportunities for those workers while also providing businesses with a better selection of potential employees. In fact, it has been proven that businesses with a healthy balance of men and women in the workplace outperform competitors by more than 20%. Businesses with a strong mix of workers from different ethnic backgrounds outperform their competition by more than 30%. And teams that are gender, age, and ethnically diverse make better decisions over 85% of the time. Additional benefits of diversity in the workplace include better job opportunities for women and minority groups, more informed decision-making thanks to a work staff that includes multiple perspectives and opinions, a better chance of connecting with a large group of potential customers or clients, improved creativity and innovation by approaching work projects from multiple angles, and an improved and healthy company culture that allows workers to feel safe, appreciated, and heard. Unfortunately, the growing push for diversity in America's businesses and organizations has been met with several challenges along the way. While most recognize that a diverse group of employees brings significant benefits to their place of employment, large groups of workers struggle to accept or relate to their diverse coworkers for a variety of reasons. These reasons can usually be attributed to one of the following: stereotyping, bias, discrimination, and racism or sexism. Stereotypes are widely held, yet oversimplified beliefs about a particular person or group of people. Stereotyping anyone is highly dangerous, as these beliefs are most commonly wrong and do not apply to everyone. Judging someone based on preconceived notions without actually learning anything about them is extremely unfair to everyone involved. Allowing these stereotypes to affect how you feel about someone leads to the formation of biases. A bias is a prejudice in favor of or against a person or group of people. Biases can lead to unfair workplace criticism, favoritism, and even certain employees being hired or promoted over others. Discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of a person. This occurs in a workplace when employees allow stereotyping to lead to biased thinking about their coworkers. There are countless negative effects that discrimination can have on a workplace and its employees. Some of these include a lack of diversity caused by biased or discriminatory hiring practices, decreased worker productivity due to lack of teamwork, an overall negative or problematic work culture, increased employee turnover, a rise in employee altercations and disputes, and an overall lack of employee job satisfaction. Discriminatory comments or actions should never be ignored in the workplace. If you or a coworker are faced with discrimination, it is crucial to react in the appropriate manner. Start by keeping a journal with details of each incident. Track when, where, and with whom the interaction or interactions occurred. Inform your supervisor or employer that you are being discriminated against and provide them with as much detail and context as possible. Ask your employer to document and investigate the issue. And finally, make sure to print out and hold on to any evidence that proves discrimination against you. This could include emails, texts, social media posts, pictures, or written evaluations. Due to the large amounts of discrimination that have impacted Americans for decades, state and federal laws have been set up to protect citizens in the workplace. These laws prohibit unfair and prejudicial treatment on both job applicants and employees during a variety of work situations that include hiring, firing, promotions, training, wages, and benefits. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 made it illegal to discriminate against someone based on their sex, race, color, religion, or national origin. Other legislation has also been passed to protect the rights of women, minorities, older persons, and disabled individuals. Additionally, nearly all states have adopted discrimination laws of their own, with many of these laws offering additional protections that are not covered by federal law. One of the first steps that both employees and organizations can take to help encourage a more diverse environment is by promoting inclusion. Whereas diversity is about everyone being represented, inclusion is about everyone having an opportunity and being treated fairly. Inclusion requires an organizational effort to form an environment where all individuals feel included and are treated equally regardless of their background. This type of environment relies on forming relationships built on respect, open communication, firm expectations, and self-reflection. A diverse work environment that practices inclusion will lead to a workforce that can feel safe from abuse, harassment, or unfair criticism, easily participate in teaching, learning, and work activities, and freely express who they are as a person, all without feeling judged by their coworkers. Because of their leadership role, management staff has the greatest potential to grow and support diversity in the workplace. This can be achieved by implementing fair hiring practices before employees are even brought into a company. Management staff also has the responsibility of modeling inclusive behavior to their employees. Being a good example of fair and appropriate behavior is one of the best ways to encourage diversity. A company with managers who treat each one of their employees with respect and acceptance will lead to an entire staff of inclusive workers. Additional ways that managers can promote diversity within their work staff include creating a culture where everyone is welcome, heard, and respected, communicating the importance of managing biases, implementing more inclusive workplace policies, acknowledging holidays and customs from all cultures, fostering diverse thinking and diversity of discussion, and promoting and facilitating ongoing feedback between workers and management. Oftentimes, employees who are not in a leadership role can have just as much impact on a workplace culture as the management staff. Because coworkers are generally the people that we see and interact with most often during the day, it is crucial that workers understand the significance of their actions. The biggest ways that employees can do this is through self-reflection. Workers must confront any biases or preconceived notions that they might have about others and do what is required to educate themselves and overcome these biases. It's important for workers to understand that just because someone is different than them does not mean that they are worse than them. Some additional ways that workers can help encourage diversity in the workplace include: know and follow the diversity goals and policies of your company. Become culturally competent. Take the time to learn about your coworkers and their unique culture, race, religion, and backgrounds. Treat coworkers the way they wish to be treated, not the way you wish to be treated. Listen to and welcome ideas that are different than your own. Have an open mind to new concepts and voices. And commit to continuous growth in education. Have a willingness to learn about and accept new coworkers. Good communication is one of the strongest ways to promote diversity and defend against discrimination for all members of a workplace staff. A work environment that provides a free exchange of ideas between staff members is one that will lead to a healthier and more inclusive culture. Communication is the best tool to use to educate ourselves on different types of people and overcome any stereotypes or biases that we may have. Promoting and facilitating ongoing feedback between workers and management is also key. Above all, workers should feel safe, welcome, and comfortable talking to management about any issues that may arise regarding diversity and inclusion in the workplace. While it's important that individuals do all they can to help build an open and inclusive work environment, it is also up to businesses and organizations to do their part as well. One of the best ways that companies can do this is by implementing diversity or sensitivity training into their regular workplace training programs. In-house diversity training, set up and led by human resources managers, can be specialized to suit unique employees and workplaces around the country. Creating an environment of learning, acceptance, and collaboration can enable a staff to become more comfortable with one another and address their unconscious biases together as a group. Thanks for paying attention. Today, nearly all countries across the country are striving to create a more diverse workforce that encourages inclusive and unbiased thinking. This can only be achieved with employees who have a proper awareness of both diversity and the benefits that come with it. Here are some of the key points to remember regarding diversity awareness in the workplace. Diversity is about all groups of people, no matter their background, being represented and respected in a workplace. Inclusion is about everyone in a workplace having an equal opportunity and being treated fairly. Diversity benefits both businesses and employees greatly in a variety of ways. Stereotypes, bias, and discrimination are the biggest obstacles to achieving diversity in the workplace. Finally, a personal commitment to become culturally competent, paired with strong leadership and in-house diversity training, can help push workplace culture to a place that values and respects diversity.